Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Monday, January 9th, 2023 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I align my actions with both yin and yang consciousness. I have to say, I was going to say 2024. So skipping right through 2023, going to 2024 apparently in this scope. Hello, welcome to this week. This week is major because we have Mars finally going direct. On Thursday, we will have Mars going direct in Gemini. Mars has been in the sign of Gemini since August. It has been retrograde since October, and this is going to be a huge forward leap for us. all. It's one of three. We have first Mars, then a few days later Mercury, and then a few days later after that.
Connected to Mimi Clark's iPhone.
Alexa's connecting to my phone right now. I don't know why. Alexa's doing her own thing. Mercury retrograde, right? We're going to have Mercury a few days after Mars, and then Uranus. And it's like, ba-doom, 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 along with the sun moving into Aquarius and a new moon in Aquarius that's incoming. I know that seems far away because we're only at the 8th of January. And yet all of this is going to help us push forward. Now, the image I got when I thought about Mars going direct was recess at a school. Mimi's Sabian symbols. Kids at recess, when they're finally let out, the doors fly open and just stream of kids everywhere. That's what the energy felt like with this Mars direct. I don't think that it's what it's meant to be. I'm also hearing Who Lets the Dogs Out in my head. I don't think that's how it's meant to be. I think that we're meant to take conscious steps forward. And that's where we have Venus and Mars connecting today. Yin consciousness helping influence yang action. I don't know what's going on.
Now connected to Mimi Clark's iPhone.
Don't know what's going on with that. Yin consciousness connected to the yang action that we take. So today is a really good day to notice the vibrational nature of things. Venus in Aquarius. The vibrational nature of things that you value, and start making sure that you are aligning your actions with that. Mars, especially going direct in Gemini, could be thrown off by, where is my iPhone? And how do I stop this from happening? Here we go. I think I've stopped it. All right. Mars is distracted like me and Alexa. Mars going direct in Gemini could be like, ooh, the shiny thing. Ooh, the door's flying open. And all of the work that's been done in school, right, through this Mars retrograde can just be like, fly out. Which is why today's meeting is so important. Notice the vibration of the things that you value. Tune into your values. Start looking towards what shifts are you most wanting to make as this energy shifts forward. What have been your lessons in change, in shift, mentally too, over the last several months of this Mars retrograde? Today is that strong check-in day. It's not to say that we won't have more of that this week. The moon's going to be in Virgo. That's going to help too. But today, as the yin and the yang consciousness meet in a trine, it is super supportive. And I love that it's meeting at 8 degrees. 8 degrees is that degree of responsibility. So it's asking us to take charge of that responsibility by checking in with that yin consciousness. So I love that. Besides that happening this week, that's going to be the most major thing. There's some other things, but we're going to dig into today's energy besides the Venus-Mars trine. We do have the moon in Leo aligning us with heart. The moon in Leo is connecting to Uranus and then connecting to Saturn. That Uranus energy may bring up areas where you have to work on your worth, your value. That will support that yin consciousness ultimately, and these may stem from inner child stuffs. So be willing to tend to your inner child where you're feeling slighted or feeling a little meh about things. Moon opposite Saturn, again, asking you to get in touch with the vibrational value of things, the vibration of things that you love, even noticing the vibration of the shoulds and where you will leave what you love to entertain the shoulds, to entertain the conditioning, and see where you can find a little balance. I feel like there's a lot of balance, a lot of calls towards balance in the astro right now. We're then going to have the moon go void, of course, until the moon shifts into Virgo on Tuesday. So take it easy. Take it easy mentally, because there's been a lot of mental energies flying around the last little bit. All right, let's look at these cards. Top of the card is the rebirth card. And it's like, oh, as I was sitting down to do the scope, ground control to Major Tom is what popped into my head. I don't even know that song. I have a confession, I don't actually like that song. But it popped into my head. But the next little part, that's kind of where we're at with this approach to Mars going direct. And so here comes this rebirth. Here comes this new year kind of energy coming in for us. We're not quite there. We're getting ready to be ready in this energy. We're having patience with where we're at. We're settling in, again, to that yin consciousness. So it's not like kids at recess who let the dogs out when Mars goes direct, that we can move forward intentionally, which will be intentionally and mindful, which is going to be important. Playfulness, addressing inner child energy, like I mentioned, right? Make time for that play. Play is part of your holy responsibility. But even as you do that, like I said, some past triggers, some old stuff coming to the forefront to be dealt with, some old feels. So move forward, be in the flow with those feels, tend to them, work through them. This is all helping this nice jump forward incoming. So I'm going to leave that here for today. Thank you for your patience with me and Alexa as we dealt with our issues today. You can book a reading with me. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com for that. If you have not heard from me, sometimes things get lost in the shuffle. Please feel free to message me again. I've been trying to get a lot of readings in, a lot of these 2023 readings in. You can still book them. Reach out for that as well, or whatever else. Besides that, the better gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and honor your values and value your inner yin. Namaste.